I always struggled with overspending my paycheck, and I'd get stressed out and overwhelmed when unexpected expenses or tax time came around each year. When you think about your money and where you're at with your finances, does that make you feel stressed out? Does it make you feel like short of breath? Does it make you feel anxious and worried for the future? If that's you right now, just imagine what it would feel like to be on the other side of that. What would being organized with your finances allow you to do? Like seriously, if money were no object, what would you be doing? The core concept of this book, Profit First by Mike Michalowicz, has completely changed the way I handle money for good. If you are anything like I was for the majority of my 20s, then this book will help you keep more of your hard-earned money too. Just 2 years ago, I was struggling to make ends meet despite the fact that I was running a pretty kick-ass personal training facility out of my own home here. After hiring a financial advisor and applying some of the principles he taught me and the big idea that I'm about to show you, I was able to quit my personal training job and hire my girlfriend as my first full-time employee. We now run this YouTube channel and have this online business thing, which is pretty awesome. Now, folks who've been here for a while know that I mostly make videos about building muscle and losing fat, and I'm not a finance pro, but these are some things that I really do wish my parents taught me 10 or 15 years ago. And if I'd been living by these principles for the last decade or so, I would be in a very different situation today. Here's what you need to know. This is a book about business finance, but there's one core idea that changed everything for me. And the easiest way I can sum it up is this: it's not your money. When money hits your bank account, it is not your money to spend. You are being trusted to manage it correctly and make sure that it finds its appropriate home. Spending gets out of control for people who have lots of money coming in and thinking it all belongs to them. When in reality, every dollar that you earn is already earmarked, whether you know it or not, to be spent on something in particular. And if you're a real dum-dum like me, and when you start making more money, your living expenses raise, you end up getting yourself into a bit of a pickle because you're spending a bunch of other people's money that wasn't even yours in the first place. Instead, try working backwards. When money hits your bank account twice a month, or you can just pick 2 days of the month, I do 10s and 25s, you just sit down and you allocate your money first before you spend it. You're gonna need to sit down and pull up your last 12 months of bank account data and go line by line looking for 3 numbers here. The first number you're looking for is your recurring expenses. Things like subscriptions to Netflix, feetfinder.com, your rent, whatever else is a fixed expense that comes out every month. If it comes out every year, just find the yearly value and divide it by 12. Then you need to find your varying recurring expenses. So these are things like utilities, where maybe 1 month your gas bill is a little bit higher, your electricity bill is a little bit higher, and maybe next month is a little lower. And lastly, you need to figure out your day-to-day expenses. This is things like gas, pastries, groceries. To keep it easy, just look at the last 3 months of your day-to-day expenses and your varying expenses, and then just take the average of the 3 and add 10%. Just in case it randomly goes up or whatever, it's always nice to have a little bit more money left over. Here's the crazy part from the book that was super helpful. I'm holding it upside down. You need to make separate accounts within your bank. I know this sounds complicated, but it's really not. If your bank account doesn't allow you to open free accounts or move money without dinging you, then maybe it's time to look for a new account. That is total BS, and they should be paying you to store your money with them. The first thing you want to do is rename the account where your paychecks come in to income, all caps. And if you have pre-authorized debit expenses coming out of your income account regularly, this is a great time to actually update that and put them into the appropriate account, which we'll talk about in just a second, which has a bonus side effect of you actually reviewing all your monthly recurring subscriptions and being like, do I need this? Do I not? You're also going to open an expenses account, a day-to-day account, an oh shit account, all in caps again, and the vault. You never spend money from your income account anymore. That's only for money to come in and then be allocated and distributed to the appropriate accounts before you spend it. So let's say you get paid on the 15th, you open up your bank account and you pull the money from the income account into your expenses account. This will cover all your recurring expenses like your rent and your subscriptions, and your varying expenses like your bills and utilities, and it'll cover the annual stuff if you have that, like car insurance or whatever else. You're just putting in a monthly chunk of what you're going to pay each year. And then you put money into your day-to-day fund, which will cover your bars, your restaurants, and your groceries. If you don't already have an emergency fund to cover 2 or 3 months of your living expenses, then you're going to put a chunk of money into that oh shit fund as well until that's nice and full. And once that oh shit fund is full, you can start shoveling the rest of your money into the vault. The vault is actually your money. This can be used to pay down your debts, invest long-term, save up for trips, buy fancy coffee grinders, or do whatever else you want to do with your money that I really can't cover in this video. Mostly because I'll get banned if I talk about the things you probably actually want to spend your money on. Money's a fantastic tool that you can use to buy things in life that'll make you happy or give to other people that'll make them happy. And until I kind of figured this out, I was just living paycheck to paycheck, spending everything out of my income account, and always feeling lost about where I was at with this. It's crazy, but no matter how well you feel like you're doing on the income side of things, if you're managing your money poorly, you're always going to feel like you're struggling. So if right now you're feeling like, this isn't really the best time for me to get organized with my finances, things really aren't great right now, I know it's going to be a headache, it's going to be a lot of work, it's going to be painful to rip off that Band-Aid, good. Do it. Now is the absolute best time to do it. 3 months, 6 months from now, you will be so happy you did. And if money's a big stressor for you right now, like it was for me 2 years ago, then once you figure this out, every single day is going to be better. I left some helpful links in the description box where you can go check out if you want to get started with this stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that there is a 22-year-old Matteo Mara out there watching this video who has a light bulb moment and this changes everything for you. If you found this helpful or just completely off topic, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.